So I do think that Israel and Jewish, traditional Jewish groups took great pains to wall themselves off from other people. I realized that one aspect of Jewish sort of religious thinking and ideology has always been the idea that Jews are a sort of light unto the nations, and I think that is what's coming out here. That Jews should be a model of human understanding and human, getting together and not setting up barriers. I don't think that has been reflected in Jewish behavior over the centuries. In traditional Jewish societies in Europe and elsewhere have been strongly concerned to sort of wall themselves off. That's why my first book is called "The People That Shall Dwell Alone," and that's a very clear message in what we call the Old Testament, that you should remain separate, that they should, the intermarriage is a major concern in the Old Testament. Repeated injunctions about that. When in Exodus, when the Jews come back from Egypt, a very large concern there about intermarriage. You have to kill them all, make slaves of some, but the intermarriage was on the minds of the prophets, and repeated in many books of the Old Testament. I've documented that. So, and that continued throughout Jewish history. I'm mostly familiar with Jewish history in the West, in Europe, but that was certainly a big aspect. Now, that's broken down to a great extent in terms of intermarriage in America. You have a very open society. The walls have come down. You don't have Jewish communal governments, but there's still a lot of voluntary Jewish associations, a hugely very organized community, organizations such as the Anti-Defamation League, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. So I don't think that the Jewish history has been characterized by openness to other peoples, and we certainly don't see that in Israel. If you look at Israeli immigration policy, it's very much slanted towards people who are Jewish and have to sort of confirm their Jewish ancestry in some way. Conversions are very difficult. They have to be done under the supervision of the Orthodox, and so on. So I don't see traditional Judaism or Judaism in general as open to other peoples. It's a nice ideology. I think it actually reflects much more Christian thinking throughout the ages, that Christians have been open to other groups. I'm writing a book now on the history of really on Western peoples. And, one of the themes really is that Western groups have been very open to assimilation with other groups. I mean, with the Romans, their whole strategy really was to conquer groups, but then over the long run, they would absorb these groups. And so the Romans, say in the 4th century AD, were completely different people, really, than the Romans.
I want to